Win the third period, they said. It'll be fun, they say. And boy, was that a fun third period for the San Jose Sharks against a long-time rival. A good old-fashioned butt whooping. We get to talk about it right now here on Teal Town After Dark. Let's freaking go. Good evening, everyone. Don't look at the graphic. It's November 25th, 2024. The Sharks put a spanking on the LA Kings 7-2. We welcome you to this edition of Teal Town After Dark. This is your live interactive Sharks post game. Of course, we do this after every game. So if you want to be part of the show, chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world, Sharks territory. And of course, follow us on all the socials, Blue Sky, Twitter, Threads. We post a lot of the gifts during the game there, along with the rest of the social media garbage, as Landy would say. Of course, find everything at tealtownusa.com. And if you want to support the pod, please do so by hitting us up on Venmo at tealtownusa, or if you're watching us live in the super chat right now. And right now, I'm going to say hello to Jules.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm happy.
Oh,
I didn't think I was going to be happy after that second period, but
how many text messages are you getting right now?
A few, yeah. No, Celebrini might be good.
Hey, and you know what? I know we haven't put it on there yet, but you know, maybe a little momentum swing for Will Smith as well. And this one is, you know, as the Sharks decide to go off.
That's the understatement of the year. They decided, we fucked up Jumbo's night, so we may as well score 5 in this third period.
As they would say, they got 5 on it.
Yep. And like Dank said, 38 actually had a pretty good game.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We will get to that indeed, because this one had all the writings of getting goal lead in San Jose. David Riddick was on a roll. I think I think they said that he had, what was it?
He had like less than 2 goals for the past like 5 games or something. He was on a streak or some shit like that.
There's that. I think he had allowed like 2 even strength goals in his last 3 games overall. 940 save percentage. And then what happened? Whew.
Celebrini happened.
Yeah, and it wasn't even Celebrini at first. They started things early. Nico Sturm, welcome back. Breakaway goal scorer, looked like Patrick Marleau on that breakaway there.
That was a stick pass by Ferraro. I originally thought that was Wallman who actually got that pass down because it looked so clean.
It was a beautiful goal. He beat Riddick like a rented mule to make it 1-0 Sharks. And Jules, we talk about a good start. This was one that they needed.
Wasn't it? Like, I think this is the quickest they scored to open like a game. It was like a solid like minute and 20 seconds in. It was great. I was shocked.
It was a great start.
And it's nice to have Nico Sturm back.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest here. Not necessarily, a goal scorer, but he can come in with a timely goal every now and then to make it 1-0. And that's kind of how it would stick throughout 20 minutes. I mean, 6-6 were the shots. It was fairly even in that frame. It wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then LA decided to, oh, no, we're supposed to be good this year and get moving on it. Brant Clark, about 2.5 minutes in. I really like this kid. He's
going to be good. He's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, he looked great in the AHL All-Star game in San Jose, this past February. And I thought this kid looked really good. And he's slowly starting to tear it up with his third of the season to make it, tie it up at 1-1.
That was also a very nice shot by him. Yeah, I mean, Brent Clark's going to be a problem for the Sharks here in the next few years. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, he's good. He's a guy I liked I think he was in the 2021 draft class when the Sharks got Eklund. He was another guy that, yeah.
No, and they got a good pick. Eklund has become a really good pick for them, for the Sharks. After Andre Kopitar wins the net mouth scramble, gets it
They
past.
need to help Askarov there. I don't know what they were caught puck watching a bit. So they just kind of stood there and didn't really move. There was like three guys. Like the Sharks still got to figure out how to defend in front of their own net sometimes. Like what I mean by that is like their defense in general needs help. But I mean like when there's a scramble, just like, you know, when there's a guy like trying to get net front, they don't really know how to defend that super well. There's like maybe one guy who does. But they got to help Askarov there a bit.
Yeah. No, you can't leave him hanging. As much as he's the goaltender of the future, I mean, got to be better than that.
Yeah. Luckily, that was like the worst of the game. So,
Right. And so that made it 2-1, and then the light switched on a little bit. And going into the Zetterlund goal, I think they had gone like 6.5 minutes without a shot on goal.
It was great. It was awesome.
And then the tenacity of Fabian Zetterlund, and getting his 9th goal a year to tie things up.
I just want to point this. I'm pulling up the stat, but I just want to point this out. They scored 7 goals without
That's so
Mikhail
many
Granlund,
goals.
but without you know who, Mikhail Granlund, their top leading scorer. Also, Zetterlund right now. Okay, it's not as cool as I thought, but never mind. I for some odd reason thought he was on this insane goal streak because it feels like he's just been scoring left and right. But I was very wrong about that. So keep going. He has goals in back-to-back games though because he got one in the jumbo game.
Right. In fact, the cover of our thing. Oh,
Speaking of
hey, nice
jumbo.
shirt.
I know.
Jumbo.
It's great. It's
The
awesome.
shirt, the jumbo shirt. Yes.
Jumbo shirt.
Jumbo shirt. You love to see it. To make it 2-2, and then the third period.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. The Sharks just decided we can score goals. And that's what I expected from this team this season. Like, I expected them to score a shit ton of goals and let in a shit ton of goals. A lot of shit.
Speaking of which, it looked like Riddick was
he forgot how to play.
Playing like absolute crap. Because then, we get a minute 3 in.
Yeah.
What? No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that Celebrini snipe top shelf to make it 3-2. Look at the slow-mo of that. It's insane. He hits the corner. For those of you who didn't watch the game or listen to it live, he hits like the perfect spot of the net, like top shelf from a solid, like from far out. I think he wasn't super close to the net. It was insane. I heard from someone that he was shocked that it even went in. Like that, he has an elite shot that does not get enough credit.
Right. Yeah, that made it 3-2, which eventually becomes the first. Not the first, but his second game-winning goal. But I mean, that was just the start of like a 240 stretch of the third period, where it's just like, here, you know what? Let's see. Can I pull it up right now? I think I'm.
Like Felix said, he wasn't. He there's no way he's stopping that Celebrini goal because look at it. It's like right top, boom, bar down. I think it may have hit the bar a little. But like he's at least 40 feet out, like Dave said in the chat. Like that's just insanity.
Yeah, it was a beauty of a goal that made it 3-2, and then the Sharks just kept pouring it on. You had Liljegren. Sorry, I'm not saying it like the Toronto media. You had Liljegren with a nice clapper. Nice setup by Will Smith. I'll give that to you.
After his people started roasting him, he decides, yes, I'm just gonna pull out of my ass 2 helpers, not out of his ass, but you get what I'm saying. Like he gets 2 helpers. And it was a nice setup by Liljegren. So what a shot! Cool. I don't get why the Kings challenged it. Like Curtis said, it kind of felt like a shot in the dark for them to try to shift the momentum. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure they thought Mario Ferraro had kind of ran into Riddick prior to the goal, and they were hoping that it wasn't gonna.
What is goalie interference? Let me ask.
Right. which we'll be here all day for because the league hasn't put that out yet. But I mean, they just we're pulling up the overhead here now, but it's like they thought Ferraro here made some contact with it, and I think there was like a
That's
little bit right there
but I don't
that
think that's stopping him from making the save.
no, now his goaltender or his teammate maybe
His teammate is more likely to have stopped him from making that save than Mario Ferraro is. Also, Mario Ferraro screening the goalie is the funniest shit ever to me.
Hey, if it works, it works. Maybe you try it out. You have, especially when
Ferraro
Granny
on the
comes back.
power play just tipping. Anyways,
Just be
I've
the
said
big
too much.
guy. Just be the big guy. In the way. I don't
Mm.
know, but that would result in a power play with the failed challenge. Then the Sharks would get a 5-on-3, and then of course Wenberg.
Wenberg has been good for the Sharks. Can we I don't know his face-off percentage, but it's ridiculously high. I'm gonna see if I can find it right now.
Yeah,
But
but
Wenberg just is clutch. I like Wenberg. I didn't like the signing at first, but he's been really good for the
yeah,
Sharks.
I mean he got off to a rough start. Let's
Yeah,
admit,
for sure.
and I think at that whole Utah game, that first one kind of built his confidence up a little bit. He won the draw, the setup that 5-on-3, then goes right to the net, shoot, score, and I think that was kind of the nail in the coffin for LA on this night because it just added onward some more. But I got ahead of myself for that. You know why? Because Macklin Celebrini got
Another
the power play goal,
ridiculous
the
shot.
5-on-3 power play goal. Then later on, Wenberg. So Celebrini with the slapper.
From
Hey,
Eklund and Smith.
yeah. Smith with 2 assists on the night. Eklund with a pair of assists on the night. So I mean, how were you starting to look at sharksproshop.com about a Celebrini jersey? Because I
I
was.
Yeah, I purchased a Celebrini jersey basically that I just splurged on it way too early. But I was hoping for the Hattie for Celebrini.
Yeah,
Um, because I predicted 5-2 in our Discord, and the Sharks decided, nope, we're gonna keep scoring.
right. Keep going.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
no, but Celebrini's shot, man. That's just that's so much fun. Teams now have to worry about Celebrini, and then you have Eklund on the other side who can also rip it, and we've seen him rip it before. I didn't even think Eklund had that good of a game today, but it's
yeah,
insane.
yeah. And it was very nice. Got really put nail in coffin. Then you have another power play goal from Wenberg, as I was saying, the tip play there to make
What
it 6.
Jace Wallman, what a just point blank, you know.
And
Yeah.
guess what? We got him for nothing.
I know. Thank you, Detroit.
Oh man. Oh man. And so that made it 6-2. And then kind of thought, I have a 1 on my jersey. It kind of looks like 71. I'll try to finish off the hat trick for him. And then kind of just with a nice snipe too to finish it off to make it 7-2 with a minute and a half to go. I mean,
Good for him.
I'm sure the Kings are taking notes for the next meeting because it's like, wow. and in
Good
Sharks
for
last,
him.
Kathy, first off, great to see you this weekend. 1 goal per 3 shots. Wow.
Yeah, insane. They just kept scoring, and I was just like, "What is this? Is this what offense feels like? It's awesome."
Yes.
The
Oh
fact that
gosh.
oh my god.
This is
That's
very
actually really funny. Thank you, AJ.
this
I'm assuming you're the one running this.
yes, I'm sure, and I'm guessing you got that from Uncle Darren Stevens. The last time the Sharks played the Kings at
That's
SAP on a Monday,
insane.
Timo Meyer scored 5 goals in a 6-2 win.
Holy
Monday against
shit.
LA again. SAP must be always.
That's insanity. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that was on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I think in 2022.
Oh
Oh,
my god. That feels like ages ago.
Brisbee life, and you know what? That is a great analogy. Celebrini had the DVD player screensaver shot.
Dude, it's fucking insane. That kid's gonna be
You
good.
you,
Yeah, he's gonna be good.
you might have given me an idea for a TikTok. So Brisbee life, thank you for that.
Oh Lord. I'm
But
scared.
you know, Paul K. Oh, yeah. Let me get to the. Oh, you got a Venmo
Oh, Venmo.
donation. So Paul K. Thank you for that. Earlier, Jerry F. One of our good buddies,
Mhm.
celebrating a Sharks
Mhm.
win.
That
Thank you very much. Appreciate you there,
we have
bud.
to talk about Askarov. We didn't talk about Askarov.
Well, let's talk about him. His first NHL point
He
tonight.
I okay, listen, I don't mean to sound mean here. I'm so happy he got the win. Don't get me wrong. I think he played well, but boy, buddy, do you like to play the puck? And I would like you to not have the puck go through the crease at least 3 times cuz my gray hairs are going to start coming if this goalie keeps doing that. He's great. He again, he's very young,
So are
you know.
you. Don't talk about gray hairs for crying out loud.
Okay, but
Get back to me when you're going through a playoff series.
my
Oh
point
my.
is he's young and he made me scream so many times. No, please stay in your fucking net. That's my only thing. Like when the Sharks are in contending, the defense will be a lot better. So the other shit I think will get figured out. But um he also got his first apple today. So
Yeah.
good for
First
him.
first
Doesn't he
NHL
have more
point.
points than Jan Ruda?
Yes.
I'm joking, he doesn't, but that'd be funny. He has more points than Mark Edward Vlasic, but that's unfair because he's been
Okay, that's
injured.
unfair. Come
Yeah,
on.
I know. But he should be back apparently during this trip. So
Yes. So we will see how that goes. That's a 7-2 final. Let's get to the chat because you guys are going off. It's good to see a happy bunch of Sharks fans in here. Sharks Oregon, did that just happen?
it did. We are living in real life.
Right?
It's crazy, right?
Jimmy Chumps Teal, this is how we do it. Uh, can we has goals? Oh, we has, and it was good.
We
Mike,
had a lot of goals.
yes. Mike O'Dowd, greetings to all from Vanta, Finland. It's great to have you joining us here. Appreciate it. Send all the love to Finland for us, please. We appreciate the international viewers big time. So thank you for that. Thank Rowan. 38 actually had a solid game tonight.
The bar's
Yes.
so low for him. But yeah, he actually had a decent game.
Yes. Yeah. Vincent saying 14 saves on 21 brutal. I mean, I think at
Yeah.
that point you just gotta
Also,
deal with it and take the loss.
mind you, their backup today was Eric Portillo, who has never started a game in the NHL before. So it would have been like a Corona situation last year where he got that start in Pittsburgh or it was either in Pittsburgh and San Jose when the Sharks were getting absolutely wrecked in their own zone. Like you don't necessarily want to throw a 23-year-old kid, um, to the wolves.
Right. Laurel, great to see you, my friend. It's been a bit. Much love to you, my friend. Good to see you on here. Let's see where else we got. Sharks list. Fiala's on my list. He's gonna pay for
Dude,
making
what the
Fab's
fuck
blue
was that
shit.
penalty by Fiala? Like the one on Delandria where he just,
I
like just shoves. I know it's frustration, and I know Delandria was kind of close to him, but it's also hockey. So maybe not. That's such a dumb penalty by Fiala.
I think there's some frustration. He's been on a little bit of a schneid. Remember the last time when the Kings were in San Jose, he missed a team meeting and was scratched.
True.
So maybe there's some frustration going on there. But I mean, uh, Laurel, I wish Jonathan Becker, Doug Bentz,
Yeah,
please take
no,
note.
that with 6 goals, does that mean yeah. No, I think it should just double.
It should
Double.
double, right? Absolutely. King K408. I don't think we've seen you in here. Love the Brock Purdy picture, by the way. Our Niners. Oh, jeez.
Oh god. No, no.
And never mind. I just have tacos on mind. Hey, it's not even Tuesday, and you have your and tacos on the mind. Yes.
Taco too. We need to go back to the Taco Bell cantina. That's what we have.
Oh, yeah, yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. It takes a hat trick for you to buy a Celebrini jersey.
No,
Okay,
no.
well let's be real here. If I'm gonna get the Celebrini jersey, I'm gonna do the authentic pro.
Yeah,
So that's a bit of an investment right now,
that's an
So
yeah, yeah.
and plus I need the court
AJ
patch to go with it. Oh,
AJ here with a insane fact. So Brady Force factored on 3 goals, including the game-winning goal during the Sharks 7-2, and became the second 18-year-old in franchise history with a 3-point game, joining Patty Marleau.
Nice, very nice. And I apologize to you, AJ. That was all me, not Shark Stats. That sounded very Darren Stevens-esque, my friend. I know you know. So so my bad on that. Dave P say, you mean
Go.
play the pucker off?
Oh my god.
It's
gonna give me a fucking heart. Sorry, I know someone just asked no cursing. It's gonna give me like a heart attack.
It's like Herbe-esque.
Dude, no, my problem is that when it slides on the goal line and you're sitting there and like two LA Kings are right there, they reminded me of me and my ball hockey league who can't finish when it's like 2 feet away from me. And I'm just there like whacking at a stick. Phrasing, I'm aware. But also I wanted to address this comment. Scoring a 7 with no Granlund and Toffoli not scoring is a great. Yeah. I mean, like, again, when I heard Granlund was out, 1, I thought he was being traded. 2, once then it came out that he has an injury. Hopefully he's back soon though, because the Sharks do need him. Like the Sharks, I think, you know, I don't know how they scored 7 today. I'm not gonna lie, Celebrini, but
yeah. I mean, it's nice to see from the NHL Twitter, 6 goals and 10 points in 12 games.
Yeah,
18 years old.
Reminder here. I know Mitchkov's been tearing it up. Celebrini saw that and was like, "Oh yeah, don't forget, I also should be considered for the Calder."
Well, yeah, you gotta get moving here now. 6 goals. This helps the Calder story because Mitchkov has been lighting it up for Philly lately. Now Celebrini has a pair of game-winning goals in the resume so far.
Points does he have total?
10 points in 12 games.
Mitchkov, I think, has 17. Yeah, so he has some catching up to do. But reminder, he missed 12 games. Mitchkov, I think, played every game but 2.
Sure. So a little bit of time to go. We'll see how that goes. Jimmy Chomps, Teal, Celebrini. Goal for the boys tonight was just to shoot the puck. So whatever.
Yeah, he didn't even try on that shot. He's like, yeah, this is just normal days for me, scoring from like 40 feet out on an absolute snipe.
Yeah, it was just amazing here. Gomez 48. I was in the arena when the Sharks played the Cal Palace. Oh yeah, good old times. It's best experience. Great, cool feeling, crisp, brand new. Yeah, and just to have the future now with, it is kind of like a brand new experience. It's in kind of going back to Saturday night, Jules. It's like it was a farewell to that era, and now you have this start.
I mean, this was the best welcome to the era you could ask for.
Yeah,
a 7-2, just kicking to the to the Kings. Jesus. Also, real quick, thank you. Celebrini 4th in scoring now, tied for 2nd in goals. And yeah, Dustin Wolf should also be considered for the Calder. I don't know how Calgary's this good.
Gilroy
native. Dustin Wolf, who's thankfully not like demolishing the Cuda this year. But yeah, no, the Sharks, Celebrini is good. Smith, I thought, had his moments. Again, with Smith, it's more of a patient game. I do want to say this: Quentin Musty broke his hand last night.
Yeah,
so he'll be out, which is really unfortunate because he was having such a good year. I don't remember. It was like he had 20 points in 11 games, or something crazy like that. So it's nice to see him. It's nice. This is nice. I'm not mad.
You add on.
Not that he broke his hand, like his his points were nice, and now that he broke his hand, he's probably out for World Juniors, which is gonna suck. Go. Sorry, you're good.
No, I was gonna say it, and the worst part is, he's out for World Juniors. It takes him out of the OHL trade deadline too. So if Sudbury were to fall apart, they can't really move him now unless They aren't going to get a full value out of it, essentially, in the OHL for it. Joseph
Um,
Mahoney.
Yeah, I was gonna address this. No, if the Sharks won the cup, bud, we'd be screaming our asses off. And also, we're still gonna end up with a top 5 pick. This one win doesn't mean jack shit. If you think this one win's not gonna get us a top 5 pick, you don't know. Move on.
Have fun being the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yes, yeah, no,
All right, nice.
no, but I mean,
Columbus Blue Jackets are great.
we can have a win once in a while. It's like it's their seventh.
It's the
It's the seventh
24th
one.
game of the year. I'd chill.
It's not like we've won like more than a third of our games, so we're gonna enjoy whatever we can. Trust me, we're gonna go few and far between wins. But no,
Yeah, how dare
appreciate
we
you
enjoy
chiming
a
in.
win?
Appreciate the comment. No, and supportive of that. The scary thing is Celebrini isn't even fully tuned in yet. Yeah.
No, he's just gonna get better. The more he's in pros, the more he's just gonna get better. Yeah, the more he's just gonna improve, and it's gonna be great because I think he fits so well with like the other young Sharks that are coming up.
Yeah, and then you go Smith, and and ID the JC, kind of going on with it. I heard Chernishev is set to make his North American debut in December.
You see, people also forget Chernyshov. He fell to the Sharks in this year's draft. He fell to the Sharks in this year's draft, and in the second round, they got him 33rd. Which is insane. Like he's gonna light it up with Sarnia. So
Is it Sarnia or Saginaw?
Saginaw, my bad, not Sarnia,
Yeah.
Saginaw. Thank you. He'll be playing with Zane Parekh. So yeah, he's also another guy to keep an eye out here. Because he's just kind of under the radar right now because of the shoulder injury. So it'll take him a few games to like get in the groove of things, but like don't be surprised if it's another musty situation where his D1 plus year he like puts up monster numbers.
And of course Mahoney wants to know who are we drafting then? But you were saying Schaefer the other night, right?
It depends. So the Sharks right now are where I guess we're gonna talk about the draft now. So the Sharks now are in the league. Okay, so right now we're 28th. That's still top 5. The lottery is weird. Shit can happen. I really like the top 5 of this class. I think there's a lot of talent, but it's also Monday the 25th. So of November. But if you want me to shout out a few guys that I like, Michael Misa so the top of the class is James Haggins. Goes to Boston College. He'll be great. Matthew Schaefer is a defenseman I absolutely love. Go watch some Matthew Schaefer highlights. It'll make your day. Michael Misa is another guy I really like. We have Roger McQueen, who's out with an injury. Of course, Porter Martone. So there's a lot of guys in this draft that I like. There's also another one, Hensler, I believe, from oh my god, I think he plays for Wisconsin, but I could be totally wrong. But yeah, it's also November, so I'm not super worried about if I start talking draft right now, we won't be picking again. Who the fuck knows, man? It's November. I'm not worried where we're picking right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be not a woodish country, but it is where they wear the woodish gloves.
Oh my god.
It's not gonna go away, my friend. It's not gonna go away. But yeah, so there's still a lot more time to go with this. So
the Sharks are not gonna be buying at the deadline. Let me clarify something. Like the Sharks are not, if you still look at their past 10 games, it's not great. It's not great. They still have a lot to figure out. So like the Sharks are not going to be buying at the deadline. They're probably going to sell off players. Now, whether those players, how much they're going to get you, who the fuck knows? It's the NHL. GMs are strange humans that decide to do chaotic things. But I do want to address one thing. There is a rumor out there. Now, I don't know if it's okay. I don't know if it's true or not. Whatever. David Yurchuk's reportedly on the move out of Columbus. I'd be very interested to see who ends up with David Yurchuk and if maybe the Sharks were in those conversations. Right now, it's reported that they're not. But Mike Greer, as we know, is not afraid to,
to make a move. I
to
mean,
make a
obviously
move,
for
especially
Askarov.
on D, especially a right-handed D. And there's also again this upcoming draft isn't necessarily stacked. Like there's a few D-man I like, but it's actually there's also a lot of centers. Anton Frundell, mind you, is another guy. Look him up. He should be really good this show. So we'll see. My bet is he ends up in Nashville. Yurchuk, but I might be
Well,
wrong because well, sorry.
no, go.
Because Nashville has those like 3 first-round picks, and they have a few young guys that And I will say this: if the Sharks do end up getting Yurchuk, I would not be surprised if Bordelot is part of the package.
Oh, here
for
we
that.
go again. You and
Just saying.
trading away Bordelot.
Oh,
my gosh.
there's also Victor Eklund, who is Eklund's little brother.
Yeah.
And who's
And
I mean, yeah, he's good.
he might be good. He might be good. I mean, the Sharks have a pick in the first 4 rounds. You would
Again,
think that there's
it's
going to be some moves.
November.
Again, yeah. No, I look at it this way. There's still a lot of time to go. There's still a lot of time to pick up more picks. I mean, you have a pick in every round except for the 5th and 6th round. There's going to be more time, and if players are going to move, of course, I can't see Cody Ceci being here the rest of the year. We've gone from maybe you get something from Jan Ruda to hopefully we get something for Jan Ruda. Who knows what else there could be out there. I mean, I think it's a toss-up if you want to keep Granlund or not, because you can get something down the road, but you also like to have somebody with that touch that can lead the way offensively for this team. Granted, they scored 7 goals without him tonight, but I mean,
I would honestly, CC is a guy. Landy's throwing this in the chat. But like CC is a guy that like the Sharks kind of got roasted when they trade for him because they gave up Emberson and I think a pick or something like that. I haven't mind CC this year. He's been pretty decent with Wallman as a pair. He's been pretty decent with Wallman. So like I would not be surprised to see CC get actually more than people expect at the deadline. Now you could call me out and say that's bullshit.
Yeah.
GMs are weird. And again, with Granlund, we've had this convo 18,000 times. It's November. But if you can get a first, you do it. If you don't get a first, my opinion, just keep him. He's been great. He's a guy that can help build the culture. Why not? And you cannot trade Wenberg. He's not going anywhere this year. That's a trade piece for next year. And yeah, we did again, but this is also one game, Vincent. Things can change.
Right.
Like the Sharks come out next game and not be able to score a goal.
Yeah, no, I get you.
You know what I mean? So like again, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other?
Let's look at the comments. This is coming from the LA side. Hiller, the head coach of the Kings on the Sharks. I think one thing people have to understand is you shouldn't disrespect this team. That's not a team that's trying to tank. That's a good hockey team with strong players. We've played them 3 times. They beat us twice. We barely beat them at home. So I want to give them the respect that they deserve, which is nice to hear from opposing coach. And let's be honest here, they wiped their butts. They wiped the Sharks' butts like that first period of that game that they won against San Jose, and San Jose made it interesting. So, yeah, to go 1-2 against this team, yeah, you should be given some flowers. Indeed. Andrzej Kopitar on Celebrini. He's obviously a very skilled player, young player, and I'm sure if he's going to develop and become a good player for their team.
Oh, I forgot to mention Blackwood on people to trade. Sorry, keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, the goaltending wise, who knows? It's going to be.
I mean, listen, I kind of want. Okay, this is selfish. like, do I want Askey to go help Cuda lead them to a Calder Cup? Fuck yeah. Am I gonna be pissed off if they trade Blackwood for God knows what? Because I don't know if you looked at the Avalanche today, they can't save a beach ball.
Oh boy.
No, they lost like 8-2. I'd like to yeah, no. Thank you, Nathan McKinnon, for being a -6 for me today in fantasy. Anyways,
Oof. Really?
yeah, he was a -6 because my league counts plus minus, and it's like
Oh,
-2 for every goals against.
nobody's having
Um,
carbs on that team for next week.
no, like that was like they can't save a beach ball. So Blackwood, you might be an Av. Just saying. Everybody in front of me, yeah, I mean, everyone played well for the most part. Like, I thought they had they had a pretty good game today. I mean, they had a really good game today. They had a little slump there in the second period, but then they woke up after Zets tied the game. So
Yeah, TLBT wanting the
no,
Granlund, Ruda, and or Bordelot to the Rangers for Truba. I'd rather have Granlund
no.
around for the kids. I don't know if Truba is going to want to come around here.
I also think Trouba's a Detroit Red Wing, and I'll forever stand by that. So
If he's willing to go, that's the catch. So, I mean, again, it's one game. We can get excited about it today. If they can build off momentum for this, it's even better. You know,
yeah, I mean,
but I mean, we're not gonna get all crazy and be like, hey, they're so and
they're
so
not
points out of
contending
the
for the
playoff
Stanley
spot.
Cup. They're still okay. Also, I want to point this out because the league with points right now, the two bottom teams have 16, Nashville has 17, Pitt has 18, Sharks have 19. It's not that much of a difference between the Sharks being in 28th and 30th in the league.
It also helps that the Sharks have played more games too. They've played
They have
one more
24.
game,
Yeah,
right?
sorry.
No, they have one more game played than Pittsburgh, two more than Nashville, three more than Chicago. And three more against Utah and four more against Montreal. So they've played, if I'm looking at this correctly, yeah, outside of New Jersey. And I think, yeah, the Sharks in New Jersey have played the most games so far this season.
Yeah,
So,
24.
yeah.
Montreal has played 20, Chicago 21.
Right. So there's plenty of time to make this up. So in the 7 wins, that's still tied for the worst in the league with, Montreal, Pittsburgh, Nashville, and
They just
Chicago.
picked up a ton of OT because they can never finish in the shootout. I do actually want to address this point, not about the Sharks, but what the hell is going on with Nashville?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Nashville on this night because it's just been like
I don't know what's going on with them.
Dave saying, Nashville's been tanked by bad team shooting percentage that they're
Yeah,
in a
but
rough.
that typically okay, so like around this time is when you look at like playoff stuff and like Nashville should have, in my opinion, looked like a contending team from the Cup. So it's just interesting. Again, sometimes when you add so much new talent that hasn't really played together, it can just not click. The Thing Finder gave us a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Luke
Luke,
loves to hit the plexiglass Cunnin with an unreal snipe. I know we aren't going to continue this type of play, but tonight we saw, yeah,
and Cunnin with goals in back-to-back games. So good on him. You're getting depth scoring as well. I mean, you get from Nico Sturm and Luke Cunnin, throw in Alexander Wenberg, and it's nice to see that. Warsofsky had no update on Granlund. We'll evaluate him tomorrow.
So is this the day by day where it ends up being a month? I'm not saying I'm hoping for that, but like it's like that's yeah. All right.
So, I mean, that's another thing. Vincent Alvarado, Nashville got a bunch of vets who were set in their ways. Going to take time for everyone to work together, and that's the thing. Marchessault was with the Vegas Golden Knights since day one. Stamkos was in Tampa for well over a decade, maybe a decade and a half. There are times where it's just not going to click right away. Hell, not to compare them to the Sharks, but I mean, 07-2, this team was at one point, and it just wasn't clicking. You're starting to see some of those things start to click. They're not going to click all at once. It's just going to be a matter of time. For Nashville, though, they are in a heap of trouble because this
I
team
mean,
was easily talked about being a Stanley Cup contender, especially on July 1st.
oh yeah, people are saying that's the thing, like winning the off season does not necessarily mean you're going to win the season. You know what I mean? Like I'm sorry to do this, but look at the Sens. 2 years in a row, they're like, we won the off season. We won the off season. We win the off season. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to come out swing for the Stanley Cup. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the Sharks arguably had one of the best off seasons in the NHL. They're not out here competing for a cup. They just made, in my opinion, a lot of improvements from last year. Now the defense is still hot, trash commodity, but to each their own.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Sharky Boy. Never mind. I thought they still had the Penguins pick. I guess not. No, because they did not get. It was at a top 10 pick. It went this year. Or went to the 2024 draft. So that's where they ended up getting Sam Dickinson in the long run.
Yeah, Sam Dickinson he's going to be so good for the Sharks.
Yes. Ingo, thank you for these videos. Greetings from a Sharks fan almost 25 years from southern Germany. Nice to see this. I have to go to work now. The game at 12:30. Game versus Seattle, 12:30. I will /can watch live on TV. And then you'll come back here to watch our show after that game for sure. So appreciate that. Go to work, have a good day, enjoy it. As for us, we can enjoy this victory, but it's back at it because Wednesday Ottawa does come into town, and boy howdy have they been a struggle bus.
Yeah. They got a good win tonight against the Flames. Who've also, I think, are like second in the Pacific. Of course they are. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a fun matchup with them because they should be on the rise here.
Vlasic will travel on the upcoming road trip. So, all right, it makes you wonder if there's another move coming. Laurel, I know the darn autocorrect got in the way. Why is Plastic traveling? Is he skating? Yeah, he is starting to skate. He started skating, I think about a week or so ago. So we'll see if he makes his debut. So, but yeah, it's looking promising, and that's the best thing you can have going right now. These little glimpses.
If the Sharks go out and acquire David Yurchuk, they have the best future in the league. Like it's at that point, it's not even close because they're arguably just one right shot D away. Now it depends what you're giving up, but if Mike Greer goes out tomorrow morning and it breaks that he's acquired Adam Yurchuk, or sorry, David Yurchuk, not Adam Yurchuk. Adam Yurchuk is the brother, but who's got drafted by St. Louis. Like they've by far will have, in my opinion, the best prospects ever. Not ever, but you know what I mean.
Jerry, a plastic is better than any injured pickle.
Oh lordy. Oh lordy.
Oh geez. Yeah, and Landy,
you need to get plastic woodish gloves.
Oh boy. Never mind. Okay. I know Kags and Dickinson are so exciting. Yeah, they're looking really
also,
great.
Eric Polkamp is someone. I looked at his stats today, and I was like, "Since when did you pop off?" I mean, I know like he popped off at the prospect game, but he is thriving with the Denver right now. Where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. In 14 games played, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points from a 5th round pick.
Not too bad. And that's what the Sharks have been known for, getting those steals. Oh,
Cagnoni was
AJ.
a 4th. Cagnoni was a 4th. And I think they actually got him through the Jacob Megna deal, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that pick came from the Megna deal.
So that was the Seattle trade? Yeah.
I think, don't quote me on it, and someone yell at me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Yep. Greer took a pile of crap and is slowly turning it into gold. I don't know how he's doing it. He doesn't get enough credit for some of the shit he does. And I will stand by that. Like,
Yeah, looking promising indeed for it. Let's see what else we got going on.
Yeah, but it's been hell to get. Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah. And Sharky Boy saying not just any wood, Blackwood.
Yeah, Blackwood's gonna get us a
Mackenzie
first.
Blackwood. Yes.
Blackwood's gonna get us a first
It,
because again,
it's too bad he's not getting any consideration for Four Nations.
you
But
should.
well, they're talking Aiden Hill, so I'm like
Of course,
they're
they're
just
talking Aiden Hill.
they're just looking at numbers and
Everything fires back at Aiden Hill, and the
mechanics.
Sharks trading him for a fourth.
Ah,
I don't even know who they got in that. It might have been. I don't know. The Aiden Hill trade wasn't Cagnoni though. I know that for a fact. But yeah.
so we'll put that ID JC. It is too bad Dickinson was the youngest player in the draft, and the AHL has that dumb rule. Players have to be 20.
I would still honestly have Dickinson just to completely demolish the O and then next year throw him in. Like I would honestly rather that rule be flipped for Musty than Dickinson because I felt Musty could. But yeah, no, that rule's stupid. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, everything keeps changing now. You know, with all the rules and everything with the NCAA. Now there's talk that the OHL might expand to 6 more teams. I mean, it's pure chaos. I mean, BCHL had an emergency meeting, last week because they're losing so many players to the NCAA. So
yeah. Celebrini was asked about his aggressive shooting mentality tonight. He credited Zetterlund before the games. That's told the boys to shoot the good for Zetterlund. Good for Zetterlund. That man is like a grizzled vet for the Sharks, and it's really funny to me.
Finally, someone listens to the fans. I mean, my goodness.
They all listen to Jumbo's dad being like,
right.
Shoot.
And then the mom sing, love you, Joe.
Love you, Jumbo. No, I still love Jumbo's quote being like playing with Brent Burns was like the closest thing I'll ever get to playing with a wild animal.
Yeah, no, that was best. That was best. And yes, go college Pucklandy. I will be on this milk box forever in 3 days. San Jose State, you have a nice rink now. You can share it with the Cuda. Get to D1. Get to D1 NCAA. That'll be huge for this area.
Shoot.
Yeah, no, that was fun. I mean, Saturday was fun as it is. I mean, I still wish we could have, kidnapped Jumbo the arm and then go on the air early to have him on. But
that was really fun when like Pavs was walking by, Jumbo walked by, Dan Boyle walked by, Rafi Torres showed up, just everyone.
And we're seeing Scott Emmert nearby, and we're like, okay, we don't want to get kicked out. Also, hey Scott, can you throw us a bone here? Okay, all right, yeah. Thing finder. Remember being upset about the Meyer trade? I bet New Jersey regrets living it now. Sure,
but also look at the stand. I mean, again, granted, they're in two different situations, but like that return, Zets is, I think he can hit 40 1 year. So
at the same time, New Jersey's first place in the Metro right now. So
that's what I'm saying. So I know Timo actually did get a misconduct today for absolutely wrecking a guy. Yeah, Shakir was also part of that deal. Shakir has struggled though. I've not been impressed with Shakir this year.
Having a little bit of a struggle after that injury.
You know who I have been impressed with? Number 18, Philip Beestead. Man does not get enough love. Like genuinely, the man does not get enough love.
When I mean, he's been phenomenal for the Cuda. I mean, yeah, he was out for a little. He was out for a bit, along with Haltonen, who got a 4-game suspension.
Yeah, that was I didn't see the play. I didn't know what he did, but I know Ian tweeted about it this morning. He has no history of it, so I'm confused why it was for. But I don't remember exactly what he did, but he got a 4-game suspension. But like in his first game back, he just rips one, so he'll be fine. But yeah, Shakir and I have faith Shakir will figure it out. I have a feeling it's a sophomore slump with him. We saw it with Eklund to start the year. He came back from an injury. He hasn't really had any consistency. Yeah, and missing preseason and probably doesn't help. But I'm sure he'll figure it out. I've also liked Jake Furlong, who does not get enough love, but he's just a steady defenseman who kind of does everything right. I think he played top pairing minutes with Jimmy Schultz, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, no, the Cuda, if they can keep this up, they're gonna make the playoffs, and in the playoffs, anything can happen. And who knows if they try to send down, Smith or Celebrini for the playoffs.
Well, the tough part though is that I think they have to be on the AHL roster by the trade deadline, and I can't
I
see
don't
them doing
also
that.
see that. I see maybe Smith. I will say this, maybe Smith. Celebrini, no. Smith, yes, maybe. Bordelot has been, I think, only has like 2 points, so he needs to step it up. And yeah, like Landy is saying here, D always take longer to develop with goalies. Like,
Phrasing.
all right. I blame Landy. So yeah.
All right.
I think I've rambled for like 40 minutes about kids. That sounded wrong. I'm sorry. About the Sharks prospects. Let me rephrase that. Jesus Christ, we're gonna get flagged.
Anyways,
like Laurel says, take time to hit the woodish like button and woodish subscribe button. Hit that bell, and you'll be notified if a David Yurchuk breaks tomorrow morning. Because Jules will not have a voice if you. Oh, yes. No. Does anyone think? Yeah, we'll definitely see Graf. Graf is gonna force his way to get called up. Oh God, Landy, I'm not reading that out loud. Graf is definitely gonna get called up. The dude. Oh, great! I have the stats right here. Good job, Jules. In 16 games played, 5 goals, 14 assists, 1.9 points per game. The dude's gonna be just fine. And at this point, everyone forgets about him just because Sam Dickinson and all the Sharks kids are putting up bonkers numbers.
Yeah, they're looking good. Looking good. Then they will turn into the Tigres del Mar this weekend as well. So look out for the Cuda there on that. So
I'm not reading these comments. All right,
well,
moving on.
I think at this point we need to wrap things up. So in case you missed anything, or you want to watch this again, we encourage you to watch it 3, 4, 5 times if you like to celebrate this victory. Check us out on tealtownusa.com, or if you want to hear the audio, wherever you get your podcast, Apple, YouTube Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeart, Odyssey. Like Jules said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does go a long way to help out getting this channel out and shared to the rest of the world. Jules, thank you, my dear.
Yeah, I'll be on again on Wednesday, I believe, with AJ. We'll be on after every Sharks game. So you're gonna get tired of me here real quickly.
No,
I disappeared
you
for the first month and a half of the season, but now I'm back for 8th straight. So oh my God.
No.
Oh my God, we've derailed. All right, show's over.
Yes.
The future is Teal, people. Real Teal.
Yes. And until Wednesday, when the Sharks take on the Ottawa Senators, thank you for watching. Keep it real, keep it Teal, keep it real Teal. If you want more Sharks content, check out all the footage we had from the Legends weekend, from the Jumbo weekend now. Until then, keep it real, keep it Teal, keep it real Teal. Have a great night, everyone. We will see you Wednesday night following Sharks and Sens.